Hi, I'm Mark Satterfield here. Thanks so much for joining me live or watching this recorded on one of the social media channels that it's published to. So really appreciate that. Certainly feel free to drop any questions or DM me if you've got something that you'd like to discuss with me. But today, what I'd like to chat about, excuse me, is the history of masterminds, because I thought masterminds were a relatively new thing. And I always associated the mastermind concept with Napoleon Hill and his book, Think and Grow Rich. And he actually coined the term, but the concept of masterminds, which if we define it as peer-to-peer group meetings that focus on assisting members of the group solve their business problems, goes way back. Actually, to Ben Franklin. He's the person who is credited with starting the very first mastermind back in the 1700s, and it ran for an incredible, and I think I have the number right, 38 years. So, masterminds are a concept that has been proven to be a really valuable resource since then. And people including Warren Buffett and Richard Branson and Henry Ford and Oprah have all gone on record about how they found joining a mastermind group to be ultimately very important to them. I've been a member of a number of different mastermind groups over the years. All of them were very valuable, but I'll admit that some were better than others. I found that the characteristics of certain kinds of masterminds work better, at least for me. I liked groups that were small, and small I define as under 20 people. You get more than 20 people, it's kind of hard to get a sense for the individual. There's not as much bonding. You don't get to spend as much time with each individual and focus on their particular issues and challenges. The best mastermind groups met frequently so that there was continuity, in the sense that when people said they were going to do something, everyone remembered what it was, and then we were able to follow up, find out how did it go, were there any stumbling blocks or issues that the group could be helpful with. Also, the best groups were closed, and by that I mean that once the group started, it was that group of people who were members. And one group I was in was a little bit less effective because it was kind of a constantly changing cast of characters. People would drop in, people would drop out, and as a result, they didn't really have that depth of knowledge about everyone's business that's really crucial to providing helpful information. So those were some of the characteristics that I liked about the masterminds that I found to be the most beneficial. And as you might guess, this is a lead into the fact that I am going to be starting my own mastermind group on shortly after May 12th. Registration will close on May 12th. And it is focused specifically on people like yourself who are marketing to the affluent, people who are looking to attract clients and customers who can afford what they have to offer. And if you've been a member of my list for any length of time, you know that I'm a big proponent of the fact that the affluent are different than the masses, and what works reasonably well when marketing to the masses doesn't work so well when you're marketing to the affluent. If for no other reason than they get pitched literally everything. And so, they've heard it over and over again. And one of the things that you really must do in marketing to the affluent is you need to be unique, you need to be entertaining, you need to be presenting your offer in a way that they haven't heard it a gazillion, real number, times before. And so the purpose of the mastermind is, how do we figure that out for your particular business? How can you break through the clutter, get out of that middle of the proverbial bell-shaped curve, and get the kinds of clients that you want? So there's a link to a page in the description that is, I guess, below, above, or next to this video, and that page describes the Affluent Marketing Inner Circle, which is the name for the mastermind program. If for some reason you can't find it, just, hey, shoot me an email or DM me, and I'm happy to give you the link. We're going to shut down registration on May the 12th. I'm limiting this group. It's the first time I'm doing it, to 10 people. So make sure that everybody has a real opportunity to get engaged. And because it is the first time, I've kind of discounted the monthly subscription, but all that is in the on the page. So anyway, if this sounds like something that you think might be helpful to you in terms of growing your business, I know in my particular case, one of the things that used to frustrate me was I felt like I was always kind of having to go out and do this on my own. And one of the big benefits of the mastermind was, no, you don't. You got people that are interested in what you have to do, that celebrate your successes and can provide you great value-added thinking on the challenges that you face. So if that sounds of interest, check out the page, and maybe we'll have the honor and privilege of you being one of the members. So interesting about Ben Franklin in the first mastermind. Didn't know that. So hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, thank you so much for being a part of my community. This is Mark Satterfield. Bye for now.